What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Resleevables Tournament Edition. I'm your host, Cedric Phillips, at Cedric A. Phillips on all the things, and I am, as always, joined by, big fan of Millstone, this guy to my left, your right, Patrick Sullivan at Basic Mountain on Twitter. How we doing?
I love getting a look.
See what those two cards are.
You know what's the nice thing about Millstone? You get to admire your work.
Okay.
You know, you lightning bolt someone from 2017. That's just two people adjusting some numbers on a piece of paper.
Sure.
That can be fun. Not a lot to admire. Millstone,
That's true.
You get to dig through your handiwork.
You got to remember, too, this is in the infancy of tournament magic. So nowadays, if there was like a Millstone deck, you mill someone, you know what you're going to turn over in the matchup. Think about way back when in like 1996. Ooh. You can turn over anything in anyone's deck.
Definitely. Though, to 1996 credit, we have now moved to the point where I would describe these as decks.
Yeah, for sure.
Prior to 1996, the tournaments we reviewed, I would describe them more as collections of cards.
Agreed.
Maybe you could say there were some loose themes going on.
Would you say there were collections of cards because there were generally over 60 of them?
That's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Showing off your binder a little bit, definitely. Here we've gotten to the point where there is something of a metagame.
Yeah.
There are known decks. The decks are trying to do something that's pretty obvious if you read the deck lists.
Yep.
And people's main deck choices and sideboard choices are informed by the other decks they expect to be popular.
Agreed.
This is something of a rock, paper, scissors metagame. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated than that, and there's a lot of diversity within the top 8. But this was the first time that people started describing metagames in rock, paper, scissors terms.
And more importantly, this is the first Pro Tour. It's #1. Now, if you are someone who's played in a handful of Pro Tours like we have, this is a big deal because I started playing Magic for funsies with my friends in their basement. Then I started going to Hobbytown, USA in Strongsville, Ohio, and then started going to the Junior Super Series and all that other stuff. Found out about the Pro Tour, changed everything for me. I'm still doing Magic stuff now because of the Pro Tour.
So this is where our age gap manifests a little bit.
Yeah.
My first Pro Tour, I believe, was in 2002.
Okay.
And I was 19 or 20 at the time.
Okay.
But I also used to run a store in central New Jersey known as The Only Game in Town, Target as a nickname.
A great name for a store, by the way.
And I was a judge and tournament organizer for JSS qualifiers, the Junior Super Series that you played in. I ran and judged those events around the same time.
I don't know why it is weird to me thinking of you as a judge, like wearing like the judge polo.
Oh, I didn't.
No, of course you didn't. Of course. Like just the striped shirt, collar. There's no way.
And it didn't happen.
Yeah. But just the idea that it could have been a thing is hilarious to me.
They would have never put that suit on me. No chance.
Judge, and you just hunker over. What? Not even like, hi, players, can I help you? What?
Snickers bar in one hand, Gatorade in the other, watching the tournament, trying to find out who the next cheaters were in the PTQ series.
That's right.
That's right.
All in a day's work. Well, that's a little foreshadowing for what we're about to cover, which is, again, Pro Tour New York 1996, the very first Pro Tour. So we're going to start today's episode of the Resleevables Tournament Edition, as we start every episode here on this channel, with the facts of the tournament. All right, everybody, it is now time to go over the facts of Pro Tour New York 1996, the first Pro Tour. But before we get there, I'm coming to this guy so we can tell you about our sponsor, Tales of Adventure.
Thanks, as always, to our sponsor, Tales of Adventure. You can find their website at toamagic.com. You can also follow the store owner on Twitter at TOA Michael. He often posts inventory, pre-sales, just cool stuff that's up there that can be posted before it goes live on the website. So make sure to be following him. Also, if you go to any tournament in North America, it's very likely that Michael and the rest of his staff will be there vending the event. I love Tales of Adventure. I use them for individual cards, sealed products, supplies, you name it. My personal favorite part of the website is that their high-end cards are all individually scanned, so you can find the card at the condition and price that's best for you. All orders placed inside of the United States come with free tracking and shipping, and make sure to be using promo code Resleevables at checkout for 8% off of all orders. Tales of Adventure, Eternal lives here.
All right, everybody, let us dive into the facts of the inaugural Pro Tour. We will begin on when it was held, February 17th and the 18th, 1996. That is almost 30 years ago.
Before my time, even.
Yeah.
When we're talking about competitive play.
It had 239 players in it as well. Now, here's a unique thing about this Pro Tour among many. Maybe this is the most unique fact. It was known as PT Speed Dial because players had to call the Wizards of the Coast offices to register for one of the available slots. It was also briefly known as the Black Lotus Pro Tour and the Showdown of New York. But let's talk about calling in to qualify.
I don't know. Sounds sweet.
Sounds awesome. Sounds super awesome.
Because you probably had to be pretty looped in to even know this is going on in the first place.
But here's the thing. So us old heads, we know this. You youngsters out there, do you think people that are, I'm going to set it at 16.
Okay.
Have they ever heard a busy signal on the phone?
Unlikely.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So for you old folks out there like us, you call. Like if this is PT Speed Dial and this is a really big deal to get a spot, you call. What was the sound? Was it beep?
Mm-hmm.
It was a big beep.
Beep, beep,
That it
beep.
is?
Yeah, one of those.
Busy signal. Can't get through. Because call waiting was a luxury back in the day. So I imagine if you were calling to sign up for this PT, got a couple busy signals.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Labor of love.
Yeah.
Was not easy to qualify, even though all you had to do was call because you actually had to get through.
Yeah.
Standard business hours.
I love it.
Very challenging.
Love it. Wizards of the Coast also invited a few select players to play to make it appear this Pro Tour to be a big deal. So for those of you that may be anti, special invites or inviting celebrities to Magic tournaments or what have yous, yeah, they've been doing it since the first Pro Tour.
I want to hear these names.
I don't have the list of the special people. I wish I did.
Because I didn't even know
I just
who would
love
qualify.
Yeah, who's special?
At the time.
Sure.
It's like the Monopoly Man.
Sure.
The Hamburglar.
Sure.
So I worked on the game Versus where we did this for our first Pro Tour.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
And the invite list was pretty embarrassing.
Okay.
It was just people who would never show up.
Okay.
I think we might have invited Deep Blue, like the chess playing robot.
Come on, man.
It was pretty shameful. But I think in principle, it's not the worst idea just to get some visible eyeballs, add a little bit of credibility.
Of course.
Especially if we're talking about qualifying through calling on the phone.
Yeah.
When people complain about it in more recent times, it's, well, I had to qualify. I had to play in these computer tournaments to even get this opportunity. And someone's just walking through the door.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different competitive conversation, at least. When you're just talking about making a phone call to someone, just invite all your friends over. Who really cares?
Who cares? Final note in this little section, the event was delayed by 4 hours due to a snowstorm. That happens. Wait till we get to Pro Tour Valencia, the flood PT.
Mm-hmm.
Snowstorm is nothing. Pro Tour New York was unique in a couple of different ways. First of all, it was the only Pro Tour to feature a non-standard format called New York Style, which you've probably never heard of, but you've probably heard it referred to as...
I really don't even want to say it, but I will.
Yeah.
It is known as the home decapped rule set.
Mm-hmm.
Home decapped.
Why you call it that?
Because you had to play at least 5 cards from each legal expansion.
That's right.
And Homelands was perceived to be so weak that it was a riff on handicapped,
mm-hmm.
which is not really applicable here anyway because everyone's playing by the same rules.
It's true.
But, people in the 90s thought this was funny, I guess. And so that was the nickname I knew it by when I was a teenager.
All of those things are accurate. Another thing to note, this is the tournament that introduced the play draw rule to reduce the advantage of beginning the game first. Previously, the starting player would draw a card on their first turn. Could you imagine?
Oh, I played in that rule.
I didn't.
You know what card got a lot better?
All of them?
Library of Alexandria.
Oh, no.
You just get it all.
No.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you got everything. Turn 1 land. And now I'm up. I'm already up.
Game's over.
Draw, mocks, go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Instead, they changed the rule to one player would be given the choice to either play first, forfeiting their draw step, or draw first, causing them to go second, and of course, drawing a card for their first turn. And as I think everybody here knows, this rule is still in place today. Thank God.
Doesn't get you all the way there, but it's a pretty organic rule. It's natural to skip your draw step on your first turn because nothing happens during your untap and upkeep anyway on the first turn.
Yeah.
Helps mitigate it. Every once in a while, some competitive players think it's actually correct to draw in some formats. It's nice when that comes up, or at least it's up for debate.
Sure.
It helps ameliorate the advantage. Doesn't get you all the way there, but also I think it's fine. Doesn't really matter.
Pro Tour New York was a 2-day tournament. Day 1 was 7 rounds of Swiss play. Then they did a cut to the top 16. And then day 2, those 16 players returned for 4 rounds of single elimination play to crown a champion. Which, you know, that's a pretty straightforward tournament.
Simple, clear cut.
Yeah.
It's a little rough to have a break for day 2 and effectively top 16. That's tiebreaker generated.
Yeah.
A lot of tournaments, be it Wizards or, you know, third-party people, now strive for the cut to day 2 is a specific record, you know, ahead of time. Because sweating the elimination or the second day in the elimination cut on tiebreakers is not the most satisfying thing. I played in Grand Prix way back in the day where the day 2 cut was top 64. Came down to tiebreakers.
Oh yeah. It was awful.
Left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So it's more common today in these multi-day events for the first cut, the day 2 cut, to be, here's the record you need. Yeah. And not, where are you in the standings? You
know, now that you mention it, because I haven't thought about that for a really long time, just playing the Grand Prix in like the 2000s, where, yeah, it's just, if you had, it was probably 2 losses. You're looking at the tiebreakers. It depended when you lost.
It depended on where you lost. It depended if you had buys.
Yep.
Because buys gave you the most busted tiebreakers.
Yep. They were huge back then.
And it depended on the size of the event too.
Yeah.
Because the more people that are in there, the stricter the cut is going to be.
Yeah. So if you play in tournaments nowadays, normally it's just, you know, you need to go X3 to make day 2, and then maybe you can top it, maybe you can't, whatever. Right. But back in like the 2000s, when we were kind of playing at our like the most we were playing, I was going to say at our peak, but I don't know if that's actually true. I remember just the gathering around the standings after like round 9 probably. And it's just like, what place? 68th. It's like, oof. Sucks, man. Good luck with the PTQ tomorrow. It was brutal.
One of my favorite Grand Prix stories, I don't remember who it was, but a buddy of mine made the cut for day 2 was, you know, top 64.
Yeah.
They just barely get in 63rd or 64th.
Okay.
And they go 0-X over the course of day 2. They lose 4 or 5 matches in a row.
Okay.
And that damages your tiebreakers.
Oh, no.
So they actually ended the tournament in 65th, even though the cut for day 2 was 64 and they made it.
I hope that person's still playing Magic, but I would understand if they're not. I really would. Let's talk about the prizes available at this inaugural Pro Tour. Pro Tour New York was the first PT ever held and was the first Magic tournament to award sizable cash prizes. Money, money, money. First place, $12,000 and 30 pro points. Second place was $5,000 and 25 pro points. Third and fourth place was $2,500 and 20 pro points. And fifth through eighth place was $1,000 and 10 pro points. Look at this.
So remember, we're talking 1996.
Yeah.
So you should just multiply those numbers by 2 to get to 2024.
Yeah, that's actually really true.
So first prize is $25K. It's definitely a big tournament.
Sure.
Especially when you're talking about only 240 competitors.
Okay.
And also when the way that you qualified is just calling someone on the phone. We're talking about a pretty lucrative tournament here.
I would agree. Look, you make a really good point that by the standards of then, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Huge. I mean, I was playing in local tournaments at this point. I don't even know if I, at this point, had played in a tournament with cash prizes at all.
Sure.
I was playing for booster packs or store credit or individual cards, whatever the case may be. If you told me that there was a tournament you could play in for $12,000 for first,
yeah,
it would have blown my mind. I would have never believed that.
Yeah, I'm in. let's talk about the early Pro Tours and the fact that they had a junior division, which is super cool. It's for players, for underage players, basically players under the age of 18. Now, nowadays, obviously, you see some prodigies out there who are playing in Pro Tours that are like 15, 16 years old and crushing it, which is awesome. But before, there was a split. So for the juniors division, this juniors division Pro Tour was won by Graham Tatimer, defeating Aaron Klein in the finals. First place for that was a $12,000 scholarship, which, like, if you're like 14 or something, that's just like, oh my God.
And again, adjusted for cost of college.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was applying to school in 2000, a semester at Rutgers was, $9,000-$10,000 if you were in state.
Yeah.
So $12,000 in 96 could cover, close to 2 years at a state institution.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of money.
Huge deal. Day 1 of the Juniors Division Pro Tour was 5 rounds of sealed deck, and then day 2 was 5 rounds of Type 2. We call this standard now, of course. And then day 3 was best of 5 single elimination. The first tournament where players, this one, weren't allowed to change their constructed deck between the Swiss rounds and the elimination rounds. But more important than all of that, okay, a little fun fact. There's some dude in the Juniors Division. Let me make sure I get this name right. The semifinalists were Maxwell Server, Suver, feels like server to me, and Ross Scalfini. And the quarterfinalists were Brendan Herzog, Jason Normand, Nate Foray. I think it's pronounced Finkel.
This is something, as we go through the mid to late 90s, we are going to learn about the Pro Tours. People don't like to talk about it.
Okay.
But it's true.
Okay.
The juniors were tougher than the main event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
John Finkel, Patrick Chapin.
Okay.
Just a ton of Ben Rubin. Just Hall of Famers littered throughout. You go back and look at the top 8s of the Pro Tours and the top 8s of the juniors, and which has stood the test of time better, it's juniors. Okay.
So a thing that I really like about doing this version of the Resleevables is, since we're doing this chronologically, we're going to see the names repeat, right? Yeah. So a name, for example, that's come up in our first 2 episodes, and spoiler, gonna come up again in this one, Bertrand Lestree.
Yes.
Right? Now, until I started doing research for the show, never heard of the dude, right? And I'm sure the people who are watching home never heard of him before either, but at the early stages, the very, very early stages of this game, that guy seemed like a crusher.
Yeah.
Right? He's been, he top-8'd this tournament too. And I think he top-8'd the other ones before this 94 and 95 that we've done as well. I mean, obviously his name is familiar to both of us now. But yeah, I mean, this is the first time that we're mentioning John Finkel on this show. Clearly not going to be the last time.
Well, it's a huge deal too for Magic's early legitimacy.
Okay.
Because you have this game, it's in its infancy. This sort of collective knowledge of how to build good decks or what does tight technical play look like, nowhere near what it is today.
Of course.
And we'll uncover some of that going through the deck lists.
Yep.
As we have in the previous shows, where it's just, what's going on here? It's like people only know what they know. The game's very young.
That's true.
Magic has so much randomness. Mulligans and land screw and flood and all that. A lot of players draw the conclusion, well, the game's just really random. And, anyone can have a lucky day. And yeah, there's some skill in the game, but it's kind of just about how lucky you get. You hear that stuff today. I heard it in 96 and 97. And so when you start having players who top 8 or win event after event after event, it says, no, there's something else going on here.
For sure.
And that was something that Magic, I think, really needed. Because you compare it to chess, right? And chess is a game we can all appreciate as, all the information's publicly available. That's sort of soft pedaling a little bit because some of the things that I'm going to do are predicated on what you're going to do, and there's a fog of war thing. But at a top level, you could say, it's all public information. Yeah. Just the best player wins.
Okay.
And Magic has so much randomness that, okay, cool. It's a fun game, but can you be good at it? Can you win consistently at it? Doesn't really look like that sort of thing. And so these early events where you start seeing the names pop up over and over again, the top 8s and the top 16s, there was a really powerful trickle-down effect that I felt going to the local shop, because me and my friends were sort of following the Pro Tour to the extent that we could.
Okay.
And seeing those same names made us feel like, we can get good at this.
Yeah.
There's people who are good at this and they win more often.
Yep.
And if we really pursued it, maybe that could be us.
I got one final note here. This first Pro Tour, not the juniors division, the what do you call the older division?
The seniors.
Yeah, I was going to say senior circuit.
Yeah, senior circuit.
The senior circuit created the Pro Tour collector set. So what is this? Well, it was the best Pro Tour decks of 1996, 8 in total. And they were released together. Now it's weird to say of 1996 because it's just the top 8 decks from this tournament, but whatever. I didn't make the product. Only 20,000 of these Pro Tour collector sets were produced. And the set originally retailed for 125 buckaroos and became available in May 1996. Remember, this tournament took place in February, so just a couple of months afterward, boom, these are available for purchase. What are we looking at here? These are the first of a series of high-profile constructed decks for experienced players to purchase, but to avoid printing legal top-rated tournament-level cards, what they did is they first printed them white border, then they printed them black border, and then they printed For once, they didn't have that argument. Instead, they did a little something different. All cards were made illegal for tournament play by printing them with a non-standard back of the card. So, obviously, the Magic backside that we're all used to seeing, well, this has a different backside. The back of the cards feature the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour logo and are labeled, quote, inaugural tournament, New York City, February 1996, end quote. And then additionally, the cards featured, they love borders. So, it's not white, it's not black, it's gold bordered, and they have a gold signature of the deck's creator. Now, I remembered seeing these.
Yeah.
It wasn't these exact ones because they made, I don't know how many of these they made, but they made like quite a few.
I mean, into the 2000s,
right?
These were being made.
Yeah. So at least like 4-ish years. Young me was like, these are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I thought these were so rad. And they also contain like a bio card where you can learn more about the player. And like the decks ended up being like 90 cards because they had some blank white cards in them as well. It also came with like a deck list card, so you could tell exactly, which I think is actually really nice. So you open the box and it's like, oh, here's like all the cards I should have. Here's what the deck list was. All that stuff is really cool. But like conceptually as a product, I think this is so cool.
It is.
Like immortalizing your own deck when you win, it gives you even more of a reason to do the thing you were talking about, which is like trying to get good at the game.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who played around a lot with Jakob Slimber's Corpse Dance Ticking Gnome deck.
Oh my gosh, you know what you were, okay.
Getting a little bit further ahead.
Okay.
This is a very thoughtfully put together product.
Yeah.
You have a completed deck. And again, we're talking, internet in its infancy. And one of the most daunting things as a Magic player is, how do I build a deck? How many lands am I supposed to play?
Sure.
What cards are even good? There's so much information that you need to just get your feet on the ground. And this says, here's a real deck out of the box. This is what a good deck looks like. And it's not just because we're telling you the deck is good. It's because it was just in the top 8 of the World Championship. This is the best decks and the best players. And here you go. Builds up star power because it's not just a deck. It's associated with a player. And now, if you're a player at shop and you're sort of getting into Magic, now you might have a favorite player because you take someone's Erhnamgeddon deck or someone's Necro deck or whatever, and you go, oh, I love this.
Yep.
And then you see that there's a name, and maybe the next time you're following coverage, that's a name that you're paying attention to.
Yep.
The decks come with 30 blanks. Why 30 blanks? So you can proxy up cards. You can try out stuff. Or a new set comes out. You can, let me test Hammer Bogarden in the red deck or whatever.
Sure.
Maybe it's interesting.
Okay.
But it still has the deck list card in there. So even if you start mixing and matching or misplacing cards or whatever.
Yeah, you can revert back.
You can get the deck back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just a lot of awesome stuff going on here.
I'm not saying that maybe Wizards of the Coast should do this again, but I'm not saying it either.
Well, there's 2 problems with the product.
Okay.
One, selling something to someone that looks like a tournament deck that is being advertised as a tournament deck that you can't play in tournaments, it's rough. There's a communication issue there.
Okay.
Second, it is in the, legitimizing proxy space.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Which obviously, at this point, it's like they just made Magic 30. Let's just put fake Black Lotuses and backs. What are we even talking about anymore?
Yeah. I'm not terribly concerned with the second part.
I don't work there, certainly on the product design, or what do they think is legitimate versus not? What do they think is, a slippery slope towards X, Y, and Z?
Okay.
Can't speak to all of that.
Okay.
What I do know is that these rule. And
These were cool.
They're, in fact, quite expensive on the secondary market nowadays,
Okay.
partially because it's proxies for people's commander decks and whatever else. But also, my friends and I sometimes we break out 8 and just play.
Yeah,
Let's just play the 2001 World Championship.
Yeah, it's just easy.
And it's
right?
fun.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah. These were cool. I'm glad whoever's idea this was, good job by you. Super, super rad. Those are the facts of Pro Tour New York 1996, the first Pro Tour. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we are going to, if you've been with us for our last 2 episodes of Tournament Edition, we would go over the players, we would go over the decks. Well, this time, we're going to ram them together. We're going to go over the players and the decks right after this. All right, everybody, it is now time to go over the top 8 players and their decks from Pro Tour New York 1996. Let's start with Mr. First Place. Let's start with the winner, Michael Loconto, a 26-year-old social worker from Grafton, Massachusetts. I've been told that's like outside of Worcester.
Cool.
Our favorite place.
For those of you fans of the deep lore of the Star City Games Tour, Worcester was an important spot.
That's right. Michael played a blue-white Millstone deck that, won by milling them out. Get a little look at all the cards, and then they can't draw a card anymore and they lose. An innovative concept, from what I'm told, is the addition of Hallowed Ground, which is probably on a screen somewhere, which he used to protect himself against Erhnamgeddon, to activate his land tax, and to save Mishra's factories from destruction. So this is the magic where the deck list is probably on the screen, and you can check it out right now. You can see there are 2 blinking spirits and some counterspells and some Wrath of Gods, and more importantly, her partner, Blue-White Control, has been here from the start.
And this is one of the 3 tentpoles of this standard metagame.
Okay.
There were some builds of blue-white that maybe went a little bit heavier with creatures at the time,
okay,
but most people kind of ended up in something approximating this space. There was a lot of creature removal at the time. Source of Plowshares, super efficient card. It's all over the place. And what this deck was trying to capitalize on, which was known as at the time as dead card advantage, which is you're going to show up with some Source of Plowshares and Terrors in your deck, probably. You're expecting creatures. And game 1, you just get a huge advantage by making all of your opponent's cards that interact with creatures not do anything.
Yeah, because even if they have removal, Blinking Spirit doesn't even do anything.
Yeah, Blinking Spirit is kind of the cool little bit of tech here, which is you do have a creature for some matchups that go super long where you can attrition out all of their removal. But also, it's not like you're suddenly turning on your opponent's spot removal because the opportunity cost is so low to bring it back to your hand.
Yeah.
And we see this go down the line over Magic. After this, it was Rainbow Ifrit. And, after that, it was Morphling. Magic has a long history of
Aetherling,
right?
they just get better, better.
The Pearl Lake Homie,
yeah, Pearl Lake Ancient,
yeah.
They all just get better and better and bigger and bigger.
But it's the same concept, right?
Yeah.
Like there's you want to have your opponent's creature removal not do anything.
Yep.
But there's some matchups where a creature would be really useful to have, either for blocking or because the game's going to go on for long enough that if you have a threat that's durable enough, you could just outlast all of their removal.
Sure.
And Blinking Spirit was the first one to really take that role in the blue-white control deck.
Second place. I told you I was going to mention his name. Bertrand Lestree. He's back. 25 years old now. Business development strategist from, I believe it's pronounced Patton, France. He played Erhnamgeddon, which was the most popular deck at the tournament. And Lestree's most interesting deck building decision was ways of gaining life via Ivory Tower and Zuran Orb to be able to draw extra cards with the very powerful Sylvan Library, which he played 2 copies of. So let's talk about Erhnamgeddon. Let's talk about Armageddon and what this deck's doing.
You want to talk about what each of those cards do?
You can take it however you want.
Allow me.
Okay, sure.
At the time, a 4/5 for a green and 3 colorless. Very overrated.
What a deal.
You can get creatures that big. Now, it comes with a drawback, which is you got to give something Forest Walk, and that could be bad for you, depending.
True.
But what if I told you, if you cast Erhnamgeddon, not only do you have your 4/5, but you don't have any forests anymore?
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you that if I cast Erhnamgeddon off of 3 plains and a brushland,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a forest?
Ooh, okay. Okay.
What if I told you that I could also just play with some creature removal? If you've only got one thing, I can just source Plowshares.
Okay.
This was, for the standards of the time, a combo.
Yes.
You think about combo now, and it's, turn 1 Dark Ritual kills or killing the entire commander table in one fell swoop with some sort of loop.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Erhnamgeddon plus Erhnamgeddon, that's as good as it got.
Well, it's not that bad, really.
And what's the nice thing about this and this combo, which I think is, a core feature of a lot of great combo decks? Both pieces, good on their own.
True.
Erhnamgeddon, pretty good without Erhnam, and Erhnam, believe it or not, at the time, pretty good without Erhnamgeddon.
I mean, that thing's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
4/5? Good luck.
And, even though the removal was pretty good back in the day, there were swords, like you mentioned, and Wrath of Gods and stuff like that. I mean, look, a 4/5 for 4 mana, you better kill that thing quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, this, as mentioned, was the most played deck in the tournament. At least that's what the stats tell me, and the notes I looked at tell me. And we're going to get to different versions of that in just a second. But now we're moving on to 3rd place, Leon Lindback. 20-year-old electrical engineering student from Stockholm, Sweden. Played a mono black deck that featured, what does it say, Necropotence? Is that how you say that? Mm-hmm. One of the few people to do so. So, this deck list, you talked about a combo.
Yeah.
You talked about Erhnamgeddon. There's another combo in the format that it appears not that many people found.
No, I will defend the lack of Necro.
Okay.
At this tournament.
Okay.
Now, these lists were not built well, and specifically the absence of demonic consultation from these lists is inexcusable.
Okay.
But the deck was legit bad against Erhnamgeddon.
Okay.
And if you knew ahead of time that that was going to be the most popular deck, it made this a very risky metagame call.
Okay.
Now, this deck would mop up everything else, and these lists were so raw in terms of the development of what necro aggressive creature-oriented decks would look like. But there was a metagame justification for not playing this deck. You struggle with Erhnamgeddon. That's one of the best cards that you can have. And if you look at the second place list with all the life gain,
yeah,
this necro deck can't go all day. When we think about combo decks around Necropotence or around Yawgmoth's Bargain, they usually have some very efficient sources of life gain, whether it's drain life for 1,000,000 off of Lake of the Dead,
yep,
or going to 2,000 where you play Renounce in your Yawgmoth's Bargain deck, where you're just the faucet cannot shut off.
Sure.
Like you just draw your whole deck, whatever. Back then, you were kind of capped on how deep you could necro.
Okay.
It's why you see a lot of these necro lists play with Never Nill's Disc, partially because it was a powerful sweeper, but partially they needed to get out from under their own necro and go back to their natural draw step. And if you're playing against Erhnamgeddon plus Ivory Tower plus Zuran Orb, you just don't have enough life to get the critical mass of stuff you need to fight against everything that they're doing.
Well, if you are interested in watching this deck see a little play, I'm going to say stay tuned till the end of the episode to see Necropotence in action. That's what I'm going to tell you. Anyway, no more spoilers. 4th place, Preston Poulter, 22-year-old chemistry graduate student from Irvine, California. He played Erhnamgeddon as well, but his deck list was a little bit different, as he had Hurricane and like a couple other weird cards here going on. Ale piles and some other stuff. What I do?
Hurricane plus Erhnamgeddon? That's like Erhnamgeddon's 5 through 8. These decks rule.
I was like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, you're going to be excited about this. Preston playing 2 strip mines to Bertrand's 4.
Yeah, I like 4.
I'm a big fan of the number 4.
Those are also Erhnamgeddon's 5 through 8.
Yeah.
Because these decks do not play enough lands.
No, they don't. Now, to Preston's credit, he is playing 25 lands. But if you're playing 25, where Bertrand was only playing, let me check real quick, it was 22. Mm-hmm. Well, you got all these extra lands here. How are none of them strip mines 3 and 4?
Right.
I don't
You can
know.
also strip mine your own forest to get out.
hello.
Yeah, so it cuts both ways.
That's right.
So now we have, as I alluded to before, the rock, paper, scissors of the metagame.
Okay.
Blue-white control perceived to be very good against Erhnamgeddon because you could theoretically counter Armageddon and use your removal to handle their handful of threats.
Yep.
Erhnamgeddon very good against mono-black Necro because Armageddon was so singularly good. And then Necro very good against blue-white control because the Necro deck had all busted cards and there's no pressure on your life total against blue-white control decks playing with Fountain of Youth and such.
Yeah, if you take a drink.
Yeah, take a sip.
Yeah.
All right, I'll draw 5.
Yeah, sure.
3 creatures, go.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'll gain 1, I'll mill you.
Yeah.
You know, there's just a little checkers and chess going on there.
Let's move on to 5th place. George Baxter, 23-year-old author from Dallas, Texas. What did George write? Let me tell you. Apparently a lot of Magic the Gathering strategy books.
I read several of these.
Let's run it down. 1, the Deep Magic Advanced Strategies.
I read that one. It's sick.
Okay. 2, Magic Cards Simplified. 3, Alliances Revealed.
Sick.
You read this one?
Of course.
A review of the Alliances edition of Magic the Gathering. 4, Mastering Portal.
That one I didn't read.
That one I think you're just trying to get another book out.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah, you got a minimum guarantee in your contract. It's like, what am I going to do here?
Number 5, Domination Domina, a Type 2 tournament player's guide for Magic the Gathering. And then the last one here, Baxter on Magic, a guide to proper playing techniques for Magic the Gathering.
That is just a classic.
Just penning them up.
Yeah.
So in our day, nowadays, this would be people writing articles or whatever. But in George's day, he's writing full-blown books about the game.
And what was great about George, what I really appreciate about it is he got his homies in on it too.
Okay.
He had little sections where he would ask, oh, here's something from Eric Tam. Here's his thoughts on Force of Will, whatever.
Okay.
So he let everyone eat a little bit too, which was very nice of him.
He played at this tournament a black, red, green aggro deck that we would call Jund nowadays.
Jund.
Just Jund good cards. So you got some Hypnotic Specters, some Dark Rituals, some Hymns, some Fireballs, some Lightning Bolts, Barb Sextant, fix the man a little bit. You don't draw City of Brass every game. Order the Ebon Hand, Knight of Stronghold, and you betcha Erhnamgeddon. 4 of them. Everybody loves this card.
Yeah, not even with Armageddon, just on rate.
Just bang.
Just bang. Yeah. But also, this deck, does this deck play any forests?
Oh, you absolutely not.
Yeah,
no.
So don't even need the Armageddon.
Yeah.
Free rolling.
I think this deck's mana base is a little stinky, but the only green card is Erhnamgeddon. And you can also do the old turn 2 Dark Ritual, green source, Erhnamgeddon. You're up.
Good luck.
Yeah, thing's huge.
Huge.
And no forest to walk on. So pretty cool deck building there from George. 6th place, a name that I think is going to come up more often over the course of the show, has come up before. Mark Justice, 25-year-old card shop owner from West Wally City, Utah. He played a red, white, green, we call it 9 nowadays, control deck that used Winter Orb and Howling Mine and Icy Manipulator. And it reminds me of the deck that I played in the 1995 World Championships of our show. It's just like permanent party. Just, I got all this crap and eventually you'll just submit. This deck played Stormbind as well. That's a way to kill someone.
I got a story about that one.
Stormbind?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have talked about this a lot on this show, previous shows, the Unsleep podcast, you name it, about how fortunate I was to grow up with Eugene Harvey.
Yeah.
One of Magic's all-time greats, in my opinion, maybe the best player not in the Hall of Fame. He was a year ahead of me. And when I first got my Magic product, my Christmas present when I was in 7th grade, Eugene, who was a grade ahead of me in the 8th grade, we were already friends, played Dungeons and Dragons and basketball together. Okay. He's like, oh yeah, we've been playing Magic for a couple months now. And a bunch of your friends too. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I can finally learn how to play the game. Okay. Eugene, way ahead of the curve. Natural savant, he was always the best in our group. And our group ended up having a bunch of Pro Tour players in it and all of that. Like
Pro Tour winners.
Yeah, pretty loaded like high school. Yeah. Middle school. Eugene was always the best. And I played red-green beatdown. That was my preferred deck. The first 2 Magic cards I put together and thought, I'm a genius. Taiga, Curdy. So Eugene was better than me and had a more significant
Couldn't have been that much better.
Yeah, I know.
Combos like that.
I wasn't the only one.
Okay.
To be fair, other people found this out too.
Okay.
So Eugene, much better player, better collection, been around longer, whatever. Very hard to beat him. So one day I open up a pack of Ice Age. There's a Stormbind in it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, I play a red-green beatdown deck. This looks like it kind of fits, It's red and green. It does damage. How bad could it be?
Good with that Taiga you got.
And I played it. I played it against Eugene at Resolve, and I just killed him with it because the games are just no one's doing anything.
Yeah, sure.
And the cards are all weaker than 2-mana shocks.
Yep.
So it's just not that big of a cost. And it kept happening. And I was like, oh, if I draw my Stormbind, I can hang.
Okay.
And so I got 4. It was after Taiga, the first rare I went and got 4 copies.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I love that moment.
Yeah. 14-year-old me was good enough at least to figure out, I should play Taiga in my red-green deck.
Okay.
I got that far.
Okay.
But then Stormbind was maybe it was Elvish Archers, but that was my first assortment of rares.
You and Mark Justice.
Yeah.
Geniuses. Figuring it out. Yeah, just kind of a weird permission prison-y style deck that Mark played here. We're going to go 7th place now. Sean Hammer. How do we want to say this last name again?
I believe it's pronounced Regner. I'm not positive.
We're going to do our best here, Hammer. Could just call him Hammer and be fine. That was his nickname. 27-year-old comic book store owner from Manchester, New Hampshire. A former professional arm wrestler. Hammer was he was pretty relaxed. He had a conversational style that apparently he used to unnerve his opponents. A little table talk, as it were. And he also played a blue-white control with Millstone. His deck had a lot of counterspells in it, 12-ish, I believe. But what we're seeing now, as Patrick mentioned, pretty healthy metagame. But now a second copy of blue-white control.
It's really funny to imagine that Hammer ascribed his table presence to his conversational style and not the fact that he could just squeeze your head like an orange.
Yeah, like the pro wrestler crush.
Yeah, he was still around the scene a little bit as we got into the 2000s.
Okay.
I saw him at an event or two. But he's definitely one of the early names in Magic that, we're going to see pretty frequently in the top 8s and top 16s of these tournaments.
I'm Googling right now a picture of Sean. I'm Googling his name. So look, if you're an arm wrestler, okay, cool. Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah,
and it's a Magic tournament.
Yeah. Table talk, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
He's playing against this 150-pound people from Sweden.
Yeah. Never seen anyone like this before.
Conversational style. That's why everyone was unnerved by you.
Chatting you up.
Yeah.
Chatting you up. And not that if I beat you, I'm afraid you're going to kick my ass.
Right.
Something like that. Something like that. 8th place, Eric Tam, 18-year-old student from Ontario, Canada. If you like Naya, that's what Eric played. Just a Naya, just good card deck, right? You got, some fun of one-ofs here. Org, Sarah Angel, Autumn Willow, only 3 birds. I feel like there should probably be a 4th one. 4 Erhnamgeddons, because duh. 3 swords, 4 disenchants, couple Stormbinds, couple Fellwar Stones, just good cards. Only 20 lands. Seems a little light, but whatever.
Oregon, a criminally underrated card at the time.
It's like a 5-mana 6/6
trample.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, and it can only attack if it's basically can only attack and block if your opponent only has little stuff.
Okay.
But people just didn't play with creatures.
Yeah,
or
sure.
That you could plow their one creature or whatever the case may be.
And then get some beatdowns.
Yeah.
Love
that card, definitely a little silly by modern sensibilities.
Sure.
But in my opinion, if you go back to the era, more decks should have been playing it.
There's also a singular copy of Zur's Weirding in this deck. How you casting it? 2 City Brass, 3 birds, couple Fellwar Stones if the matchup's right. Not the easiest card to cast, but once it's in play, pretty hard to beat.
I'm really glad that this deck did not make it to the finals.
Yeah, because we would have to play with it.
It's the most horrific card. And we're talking stiff competition back then. You've got land tax, Winter Orbs, Icy Manipulators.
Yeah.
The games are really about preventing the other person from taking game actions.
Yeah.
And Zur's Weirding is that experience dialed to 11.
Yeah, it's not great. It
doesn't even matter if you have Disenchant in your deck anymore.
Yeah, you don't get to draw it.
Like you play a Winter Orb, that can be bad for me. But I got 3 Disenchants in my deck, so maybe I can break out.
Yeah.
Zur's Weirding? No breaking out. No one breaks out of Zur's Weirding. Also, Zur's Weirding plus Org is a sick combo because you can make them never draw a big creature again.
Oh, nice.
So you're just, again, we're back to free rolling.
Another combo.
Yeah, exactly.
So many combos in these decks.
You can see why these people wrote books. There's so much dope, so much dope stuff going on back then.
Those are the top 8 players and decks. So now you know what time it is. Patrick and I got to go into the other Resleevables studio. We got to get ready for some battles here. He is going to get ready for a blue-white control deck from Michael Loconto, and I am going to be playing Erhnamgeddon, which you bet your ass I'm going to be casting Armageddon right after this. All right, partner. We have gone over the facts of the tournament. We've gone over the players. We've gone over the decks. Now it's time to replay the finals between Michael Loconto and Bertrand Lestree. You're on blue-white control. I am on, well, it was called Erhnamgeddon back in the day. I would call it Selesnya
Mid-range.
Ooh, yeah.
Against Azorius control.
Absolutely. This matchup, it does not look good at all. I have what feels like 10-ish cards that matter in game 1.
And a lot of dead weight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The very common theme at the time. I've talked about this a little bit on the show and our podcast, but back in the day, there was so much incentive just to play with no creatures.
Okay.
And your deck is quite the example of that.
Yeah.
I have a significant advantage in the pre-board games, and it's just because you have these sorts of Plowshares and Wrath of Gods that don't do anything.
They're horrible. They're horrible. They do nothing. So I have to hope that I draw very few of those. I will reveal that my opening hand at least is functional. And that's the best that I could ask for.
Yeah, especially at this era.
Yeah, so let's roll the dice. And let's do this. 7, craps out. 4.
I'll be on the play.
All right, good luck. You won't need much of it, at least in these pre-board games, I think.
All right, go ahead.
I do have... I don't even know how good this is.
I mean, it's better to have it than to not, but
I
you don't have ways of converting your extra cards into something.
Correct.
So whatever. I again rather have it than not, but it's not. You know, the scroll rack era was not quite there.
That's true.
At the time where you had a way to convert.
Yep.
But I have my own engine. I'm going to introduce you to, I believe, in just a moment.
Okay.
Mox.
Oh.
Go ahead. Fountain of Youth. Let's race.
Sure.
Let's both got our own engines.
I'm gonna get a couple of forests.
Sure.
And a plains.
Sure.
That is tap two to gain 1?
Yeah.
And tap it, of course. Yeah, okay. That's the best they could do then, huh?
It's a Mox.
it's a something.
You know, this is not. There's a second design in the dark,
okay,
which is a 0 mana artifact that prevents, like, essentially prevents damage.
I got one of these.
Ooh, that's that is nice. Okay,
Order of Leetbur.
Yeah,
go. Yeah, that's nice.
I'm gonna take a drink. I'm gonna have a little sip, if you don't mind.
21. Do you know the band The Fray? You probably hate them.
I know of them.
You know their hit song?
No.
How to Save a Life?
Yeah.
Yeah, How to Gain a Life.
Oh,
right there, that's right. That's a Joey. That's a Joey Bags joke for those of you who know him. I can't take credit. All right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had a discard last turn. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be getting lands out of my deck and discarding them.
Yeah. Land tax is basically just mana severance.
Yes, that is how I am using it in these games. I'm getting lands out of my deck. I will be discarding them, and I will be hoping to draw the good cards in my deck, of which there are very few.
It's interesting, you know, like the last time we duked it out, so much of the game was managing each other's land taxes.
Yes.
And this time it's like, yeah, man, you go.
Yeah.
Go get them all.
Get as many as you want. Nobody cares. Okay, Deuce. Yeah, so you're gonna go to 19 because you got a little something to drink earlier. Mm-hmm. All right, Fellwar Stone, good in aggro deck.
Resolves.
Yeah, shocking. Strip mine your planes. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
have effects.
You do. Yep. I'm going.
So you can probably tell I've had a lot of fun with this card in my day.
I'm gathering that. I'm going to discard a Wrath of God.
Sure.
Yep. And a Forest.
Yep.
Your turn.
Cool. Mm-hmm. You just let me know.
Just get them out.
Just get them all out.
Get them out. I'm thinking maybe 2 at a time. Yeah, 2 at a time feels fine.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, I probably overthink it a little bit. I probably just want to get them out and put them in the graveyard. Like, I do have Erhnamgeddon in my deck, so I don't want to just be on empty.
Right.
All right, draw. Oh, yeah. Deuce.
Slumps.
You're at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Play a Forest. Icy Manipulator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My first real card.
I see, huh?
That's fair.
I'll fight over that one.
Discard. Don't think I need another one of those. Go. Horrible. Yep. Yeah, that's yours now.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at me.
Yep. Tax.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep it conservative. Something about it feels wrong just to get them all out and throw them in the graveyard. I'm sure someone's watching who like played now. It's like, you're just supposed to get them all. Something about it feels off.
Look, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
All right, so this is the draw step where we hope we draw Erhnamgeddon. Not even close. Okay.
You want to get in? I've got like offense and defense.
Yeah,
somehow.
you got it all. You got it all covered.
Yeah, there's like no dimension that you can.
There's no way to beat me.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Is it Erhnam?
it's the namesake.
Okay.
There it is. So during my upkeep, I give something force walk on the next turn. For the next turn, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. Big, back in the day.
Huge.
Big.
Do you remember when that one was in Judgment?
It was awful, and the artwork was worse.
I know.
Yeah, I do remember.
Don't let them do that kind of thing.
I was like excited that it came back a little, but also I didn't really play during this time. Is this another control magic?
No.
Okay. Okay, so Erhnam's Salt.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll tax.
Sure.
The basics we left in here, huh? 1. Okay. Okay. So now we know where we're at with that. That thing has Forest Walk.
Cool.
I'm very nice.
Upkeep, I'm gonna tab a
Forest. Okay.
Forest.
Excuse me. Nope. Okay. It's not impossible, it's just gonna be tough. So if you're doing this means you're just happy to block, I guess. Seems like it. Okay. This, you're gonna gain 2. You're gonna go to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. 16.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little fight in me.
Okay.
Disenchant that. I think that's the best turn I could possibly have.
That was
Go on.
nice.
Yeah. That's the
7 cards? Or 6?
6.
That was a very nice looking
You
card.
know most of them. Yep. What's that? Oh boy, flooded.
Go.
It means I'm only attacking for 2 a turn.
I know.
Yeah.
This is like Moat.
Yeah. Oh my god. 4. You're at 12.
Yep.
Okay, so you're not playing anything. I guess I'm just gonna do this and say go.
Drink.
Yep.
Drink.
All right, 14.
Table for 2. Go.
All right. All right. You've had enough of that.
I have had enough.
24. What an idiot giving me life like this. Bear down.
Okay.
Okay. He didn't care very much. Okay. I need this to resolve.
Where are you at?
24, baby. You gave me life. You just gave it away.
And how many lands do you have in play?
Deuce.
In play.
Oh, 1, 2, 5. 5. And certainly no lands in my hand. This is the first time I have to think about something. Your last card actually counterspell? Gross. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really close because if you get in me, it's pretty bad.
It's true.
But the game's gonna go on for a million turns, and if I play another land, then you get to tax just a shuffle if it goes that way. Like, I think I need to fight over that.
Yep.
And in the meantime, bottoms up.
15.
15.
Chug-a-lug-lug.
Guess it doesn't matter that much. Go ahead.
All right. He's empty-handed. It's a perfect time to draw Erhnamgeddon. Almost. Okay, so that's factory. You can turn into a 3/3.
Correct.
So we could trade off here. And I'm not doing that. Your turn. Let's see. Will he drink or will he mill? All right.
Gotta close it out.
No Geddons.
Ugh. 2 stankers.
That's right.
I really need land number 6 here because then I'm just humming. Go.
Draw. Could do worse. Could do worse. Icy.
Sure.
Okay. Smash. Take 3.
Take 3.
You're at 12.
Yeah.
Go. Who's it going to be? No Geddons. You are at 13. I'm going to put a die on this because it's not untapping.
It's got a stun counter on it.
That is what they would call it nowadays. Nicely done.
Yeah.
I am going to tap a, I guess a white source. No, I'll tap a blue source. Tap a blue source. Tap blue. For exactly counterspell, tap a blue. All right, hit me again. No Geddons.
All right, I'll draw.
He's milled me right to it.
Go.
Okay, untap. Take the stun counter off. Stays tapped. All right, draw. Do you have any counter magic in your deck that's single blue?
I don't believe so. I
Okay.
think it's just counterspell.
All right. I am casting Geddon then.
And I'm going to respond.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to go to 27.
How many cards are in your hand?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Disenchant. Yep. All right, so all these lands are dead. I guess. Go ahead. I will say, this was like my favorite card as a kid.
Get it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like that the opponent couldn't play.
It's busted.
Yeah.
It's because it's
Yeah,
busted.
my goal was to make it so my opponent couldn't have any fun. Go. Okay.
I might not even be able to Millstone here. I might have to just be drinking up.
You're at 10.
Yeah.
Stun counter. This.
He's cooking.
Go.
Folks, he's cooking. Go.
All right. We got this. This goes there. No taxing. No attacking. Draw. There will be attacking.
Count them up. Yeah, no blocks.
All right, you're 9.
Yeah.
Go.
What to do? What to do? I think I'm gonna gain 1 this time.
All right, you're at 10 again.
Go.
All right, this time the bear untaps. No attacks. We draw. We smush. You're gonna go to 6. Go.
7.
7.
Go.
Okay. No.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. Smush.
6.
You're at 6. This. Go. Get these out of here. 7.
Go.
Untap the bear. Draw. Smush. You're at deuce. This lets me present lethal, which I'm probably supposed to do. I could get balanced. Thank you. I could get balanced. What happens if I got balanced? That would be
Probably really bad.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be stupid if that happened, so go. Yeah, you're already pretty bad in bad shape. You're at 3.
Yeah. Trying to keep my head above water, but you know.
You have so much of it. Oh yeah. Okay. Stun counter.
Yeah.
Off. Knuckleheads untap.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, draw. Well, strip mine your factory. Actually, no. Strip mine your island.
Add a mana, game 2.
Okay, you're 5. Go to my attack step.
Mm-hmm.
No more mana.
Yeah, I got it. So this 5 to 3. Back.
You're 6. You're 4. Go. And back. Okay.
Go ahead.
Beat down. Yes.
Sacrifice it to the orb.
Give me a second. Hold on.
You call judge?
No, so I'm actually, so you activate that. I'm trying to, what if I kill this? You like eat one of these, and then you take 4. Then you die. You actually don't die. Right, so you're at 4 right now. That's the, I assume you're activating the one that's not sick. Correct, yeah. So you would go, I would do this, you would have to decide what you want to do. But I don't think it's worth it to do that. So, yeah, factory.
All right, game 2.
All right, so you're at 6.
Yep.
Then you go to 1.
Yep.
You. All right.
Yield.
All right. All right, so Erhnamgeddon, good.
Yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
Still good.
I talk to people that like work in lots of R&D or whatever, and I'm always just like, yo, what's it gonna take? Like, does it have to cost white to get it reprinted, or what are we gonna do?
So I think that game was actually a fairly big indictment on Erhnamgeddon, not because it was good,
Okay.
but because the game went on for a really long time after Erhnamgeddon resolved.
True. The game did not end, which is
No.
one of your least favorite things.
It's like if it's gonna be this bad, just kill me.
Sure.
Like just don't make me like play this out.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
All right, game 1 done. In our last video, I won game 1 and game 2 and then got reverse swept. We'll see what happens in game 2. Just a second. Game number 2. Patrick on the play starts now. Don't think I didn't notice the Tommy DeVito jersey, by the way.
What's the notice?
I know I haven't said anything about it just yet. Go ahead, but don't think I didn't notice.
Go ahead.
Stone.
Sure.
You.
Go.
Go.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a very nice deck I have here.
Go.
I'll draw. Oh yeah. Go. Like we're wondering, Seth, what kind of hand did you keep? It's pretty obvious. Think about it.
Go.
Yep. Uh-oh.
You got something for me?
Oh, I might.
You got something for me over there?
Boom.
Okay.
Your turn. Oh no. That's fine.
Go.
I came prepared.
I'll take a point.
Alright.
Fight over this.
Well, I know you will. You're at 19. When you win that fight, you lose this one. Boom!
Sure. So far, so good. Going great.
Go. Stop me up. Alright.
Go.
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 3 for 5, 6, 7, go. This is a nice one.
Go. Okay. Okay.
Thud.
Yep.
Go. These lands are actually pretty sweet in this deck. I like this as a little bit of innovation here.
Okay.
Because the deck does have some like double white and double blue demands and like counterspell, control magic, Wrath of God, and the lands are not great.
Yeah.
And also low opportunity cost way to get 5 Fallen Empires cards in your deck.
Also true.
Yeah.
Also true. All right. Well,
dude,
I have seen enough.
I needed to discard a hand size.
That's
like 2
fine.
turns ago.
That's
Hold on, sorry.
I'm over it.
And,
All right. What is that?
Jayemdae.
Yeah. Okay. In what world? Go.
it's not looking great. Yeah, it's sack my Sylvia Temple. Just power it out.
Yeah.
Go. Hold on, I have to discard again.
Yep. We were just here. Oh, Blinky. Go. All right.
Snap you off.
I feel good.
That felt
I
really
feel good. All right.
Go.
Go. Okay, this is awful.
Folks,
Yeah, this is
folks,
awful.
the game was different back in the
Yeah.
day. I'm having the time of my life. You go.
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 Okay, that's not nothing.
I've already used several disenchants.
Your turn.
Okay. Discard.
Yeah, sure.
Which 4 mana card will it be? Go.
Control magic down. Okay, here it comes.
This is a Sarah Angel?
You bet your ass it is. Bang. Where should I put it? Where's it go? You tell me. This is not doing anything. So you tell me where you want me to put it. But it's your turn.
It resolves.
Great.
Dome you.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that's actually
Go.
probably good.
That's, as you like to call it, the check mark.
Yeah.
To borrow one of your turns of phrase. I believe that will be the check mark. Now we get to work.
Well, guess what? 24. Thank you so much. It'll be your turn.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
All right. Leave. Seen enough.
Oh, the race has swung back.
Okay.
Go.
Draw. Uh-huh. Your turn.
Yeah. Go. Mox.
Yep. Draw.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You're at 19, 24 to 19, huh?
We're not going anywhere, man.
Your turn. Your turn.
My turn. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's bro.
Go. Unlocks no additional options.
I'm tired of sandbagging this.
Oh my
yeah. I hope you don't have a counterspell, basically. I probably should have cast it last turn, but
oh my god. How many cards are in your hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hold on. You don't even have enough green to leave a green up.
No.
All right, hold on. I really don't know what I want to do about this.
Well, you either have to count. So when it's in play, it has Shroud. You can pay a green to turn the Shroud off, and then it can be countered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a counterspell by all means.
I'll take a point.
Weird.
I'll take a point.
You're at 18. Or excuse me, you're at 17. It's the best chance I had. Go.
I was like, why do you tap like that? Only had 2 green sources.
Don't worry, the hand is full of it's nice.
Yeah, of course.
Is what I'll say. It's nice.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
No.
You think I got an answer for that?
Probably.
Several.
You want to duke it out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And have that fight. All right, I'll take a point.
Okay. 16.
Mm-hmm.
Go. For those of you just joining the game in progress, I resolved Armageddon an hour ago.
Go. Take it.
Go. 15. 1524.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
What a big dummy.
Yeah, I'm in trouble now. That's basically just mill you for 3 more.
Yeah. Only have 2 left.
Okay.
We got him. We got him right where we want him. Boop.
You're good.
Draw. Okay. Jin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Resolves.
You bet it does. Okay.
I'll take my medicine.
Yeah. You're 14, go. Okay. They're all dead. Yeah.
Go.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was I supposed to discard last turn?
Probably, but who can pay?
Yeah.
Who can keep track?
Yeah, it's tough, really. Okay, well, I'm gonna discard. Where is it? Where's that Wrath? There it is. Wrath and Swords.
Okay,
Go. It's a tough game. Just 2 casuals playing Magic.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'd like to go to my upkeep. I got 1 Shining Forest. Yeah, I see you looking at it.
Tap that green.
I see you looking at it. Uh-oh. Ooh, baby.
With so much white mana to work with, too.
White flooded. It's a whiteout over here.
It's a whiteout. All right, fine.
Yeah. Go. You even think about firing with Factory for even a second.
Oh,
It's toast.
Go.
Okay.
That is gonna be tough.
Nobody said. Upkeep.
Forest.
4C.
Deuce.
How's 4 sound? Not great then. Okay. The response. That response to the second pump.
Sure.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
You should have said no. You can have it. 27. One time.
Cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I need to get this over with.
All right.
I take a point.
You are at a very healthy 13. Yeah, it's your turn. Yep. Let's get these 2 in the graveyard. 1, 2. Jesus.
Oh.
Just 2 creatures.
2 hitters.
My deck plays like
2
8.
hitters.
Yep. Mm-hmm. 21.
Go.
Upkeep.
Forest.
Okay. All right, kids. Big draw step. I'm gonna look you up.
Sure.
2,
Sure. I'm gonna check out your graveyard
3. Oh yeah.
while we're doing this for whatever reason.
Chances you have 1 seem,
Autumn Willow.
seem pretty low. Zuran Orb.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. 6 white mana.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna gain 12 life, and I may concede in a second. That's number 4.
Cool.
Yeah, that's number 4. You got it. All right.
Cool. Sideboard.
That'll take care of it. Was I gonna draw Armageddon? Never. Probably not. All right. Fun to fun.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you getting split out of the pre-board game.
I am shocked.
That's a win.
Yeah, I am shocked, which means we need to go to the sideboards, and we're going to show you how we're going to sideboard right after this. All right, everybody, it is now time to go over our sideboards. As you saw in the 2 games from my side of things, I got some real stinkers here in these 4 Swords to Plowshares, 2 Wrath of God, Zuran Orb, and Ivory Tower. These are just insta-cuts. Wrath does nothing. This is only good with balance, and that's being kind. Ivory Tower does stone nothing. Swords to Plowshares, I guess it could kill Mishra's Factory, but that's not anything. So those are gone. Income, I guess I'm going to conservatively say cards that do something. Black Vice, sometimes. Order of Leaper, another one, sure. Abbey Gargoyle. 5 mana, 3/4.
It's like another Sarah Angel, but worse.
Yep, that's
harder
to cast. Yeah, that's in there. Whirling Dervish, not the easiest thing to cast. Pro Black doesn't matter. Be pretty lucky to deal Patrick 6 points of damage with that thing. 6 is really aiming high. Divine Offering is probably the best of the bunch because Patrick does have a non-zero number of artifacts and not enchantments, though he has those 2. That's what the Disenchants will be for. So my deck does not get substantially better after sideboard. How about you?
I mean, it's basically the same party line I give every time we talk about these kind of matchups is identify the cards in your deck that do basically nothing.
Yeah.
Scrounge through the sideboard to find anything useful. Yep. Swap as best you can.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 2 copies of Hallowed Ground. Even though this is ostensibly an anti-Armageddon measure, it doesn't work. 2 copies of Fountain of Youth. Even though I do love it, I had a really good time. It was a heavy feature of the game I lost.
True.
Deflection has very close to no targets in your deck.
Yep.
Right? Because I'm playing creatureless, so there's not even the deflect a Swords to Plowshare from my thing onto your thing. It's basically just a fringe thing with disenchants, and I just don't want to risk having a dead card like that. The Feldon's Cane, people played this all the time in decks, and it was restricted and didn't do anything.
Yep.
It was restricted basically because it was too fun.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay.
You could talk me into keeping this in like a mirror match kind of situation.
Yeah, sure.
Here, it's just not going to go that way.
Okay.
And the 1 copy of Blinking Spirit, because I'm so worried about Armageddon, the tap out for this and try to block and generate an advantage over time, It can go that way some of the time, and especially with Cedric probably removing his creature removal. There's an argument for it, but because of Erhnamgeddon, I just don't want to commit mana on my main phase that way.
Okay.
In comes 2 copies of AO Pile, a reasonable card against elves, your small, protection from colors, creatures, your whirling dervishes. Serrated Arrows, much the same thing. Quite bad against the big stuff, but very strong against the little stuff. Control Magic, just good in general.
Yep.
Divine Offering may be stretching a little bit here, but Cedric has enough enchantments that I care about that I want to save my disenchants for that and have a little bit more to fight over artifacts. The fact that he's bringing in a Black Vice is also a good argument for having Divine Offering. Last card to come in is a Jester's Cap. It's possible it's just this is worse than having a Blinking Spirit or a Fountain of Youth in my deck. But I feel like if I can basically get rid of Cedric's Erhnamgeddons and maybe the balance and just force him to fight me fair, he's going to have a really hard time winning, so I'm willing to rock with it.
I don't think I can beat that if you remove the Erhnamgeddons. I'm trying to draw in every game. So, sideboarding done. Game number 3 coming up next. Game 3. Our first game after sideboarding begins. Right now with me. Nice.
That's right.
Nice. Boom! The Ruins of Trocare.
Love that card.
I like that card.
Love this cycle.
I like these. I do.
They're so awesome.
You can't ever bring these back, right? Too powerful?
They're just... I think they probably are too powerful. They're also just so different in a world with Planeswalkers.
Oh, good point.
Planeswalker ahead of schedule off of your land is,
See, you're always thinking. Just head up. I didn't even think about, Planeswalkers too much.
Yeah, so in this world where... Okay, so you can ramp into Erhnamgeddon.
Okay.
But I can counterspell it for 2 mana, so it's not even necessarily good to be playing it ahead of schedule.
Yep.
I can fend it off for less mana.
Okay.
Or you're ramping into creatures that I can interact with or have time against.
Yep.
That's fine. Like, it's not... In these games, they don't seem like out of bounds by any means.
Okay.
But if you're talking about just combo decks that rely on bursts of mana or planeswalkers, it would just... It's just too much to add to a planes that comes into play tapped.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
In my opinion, at least. Go.
Boop, boop. Oh yeah, we are cooking with gas. Your turn.
That is really bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
Check out my turn. It's like just the metagaming here is so incredible. Can't touch it. Go ahead.
All right, so what does this thing do?
Pay 1. It's a Pyrite spellbook.
Okay. Yeah.
just a little pricier.
Against my little 3/3 here.
Although I have to tap it so you can actually icy it too. So yeah, get to take 3.
Give it a stun counter. Me, you're at 17.
Yeah.
All right. The big finish.
Mm-hmm.
Adarkar Wastes. Go. Bertrand was very... Yeah, it's dead.
Kill it. I'll kill it.
Yep, it's dead.
Go.
Bertrand was very smart. I like that he figured out to play 4 strip mines. Just
not common at the time.
Sorry, first time. First time probably.
Bear sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah. Hibernating.
Been a long day. It'll be your turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, somebody's thinking swords.
I think so.
Okay.
I think this play might be bad, but I'm
all right. Well, I'm at 23. That's why it's bad.
Go.
Millstone.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Just you put that one on layaway.
It's your turn.
That's a problem for another day.
That's all you. Technically not that far away.
Go.
Okay, that one. Well, I mean, it's good, but it's not good enough.
No, that's pretty good here.
Wow. Okay.
That is pretty good.
Your turn. If it's living.
Well, I gotta go start going to work. I might mill you out of basics.
2 spells I could be happier to have in the graveyard. Come on, no disenchant.
God's sakes. Every turn is just an embarrassment.
I like when the decks are bad so much.
I am fond of it too.
It's so much more fun.
Well, there's well, whatever.
There's degrees of fun, but what the heck is a recall? Okay. All right, tone down, land, sure. Heck of a turn. Really good.
I consider it an investment in the future.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
Also, Jayemdae Tome again. Tapping out for Jayemdae Tome against you is just not where I'm at.
So what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be 9.
You better get him while you can, because that Millstone's
You just never know.
knocking away.
Yep.
Knocking away.
Here's this. We draw. Kids, we got a game on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, interesting. Gargoyle down. Okay. Draw for my turn. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go.
Go.
Okay. Let's see how long I want to do this for.
No skin off my back.
I know. Alright, I don't want to do it anymore. Go.
Go. How much better would these decks be that we played
Okay.
if the sideboards were just 15 basic lands?
You know, better
It would be
than
a
we think.
huge edge.
Yeah, so the 95 worlds, the fact that it had the 4 mountains on the board is like, thank God.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh, I can actually cast my spells and do something. I feel like I'm supposed to keep doing this land tax nonsense.
I can't argue with your feelings.
Yeah, my feelings are valid. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
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 I would like to move to this card.
I'll allow it.
Go ahead. Gotta be up on the Millstone race, you know.
Yeah, that's
And you also land taxed. Burden of proof is on you, my friend.
I have to start doing something.
Yeah.
But actually,
It's like
but
standstill.
I actually don't.
It's like just standstill factory, you know? All over again.
Go.
I'll move to this card.
Sure.
Go ahead.
That one was really bad. This deck.
What you got? What you got?
This deck, I tell you.
You've gotten me how many times? You've had land tax more than I've had.
No, my draws have been like fine-ish.
How are you not having the time of your life? Tell me. You're doing everything you want to do. You had an Erhnamgeddon in play. Pretty jealous about that. My only joy has been the fountains, and they're not even in the deck anymore.
Taking a sip.
Yeah, just a little afternoon refreshment.
Go. I'm letting you out. For now. In theory. Yeah, okay.
What do you think was going to happen?
Mostly like you having Counterspell up.
Oh, sure.
Because I'm having difficulty resolving threats, but now that I finally drew, thank God for Brushland, I'll take one. This
Ooh, Whirling
possible to
Dervish.
cast. Go.
Yes.
22.
Whirling Dervish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna whirl you. Get whirled. Yeah.
Uno.
Take one. 16. Cool. Got a little something brewing here.
What you got? Sure.
Big dog. Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge me. Head of the Brushlands.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, sure.
Go. Yeah. Oh, shocking. Shocking. Okay. Looks like 26 to me.
You're gonna get a counter on the dervish.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Taps for white.
No, yeah. For some reason, it looked like the blue one. I don't know why. Looks like it's underwater. That's my way of calling you a cheater.
Right. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, a
Right?
friendly casual game.
Go.
Okay, Millstone, man.
Yeah. Do.
That's Indiana Jones.
This is Mega Man.
Boop.
2.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh yeah.
Your turn.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. Acknowledge me. The big dog is on the loose.
Cards.
4 all day.
Just a hell of a card.
It's pretty good.
All right, second.
It's a pretty good card. All right.
Second land, discard a card. I'll discard. Serrated arrows. And I'm done.
So we're down to 4 cards each.
Correct.
Get out of here, die. Oh, well. Once is nice, twice is fine.
Oh, should have kept the arrows.
I take 25.
All right. My turn.
Yep.
Go.
Okay. Okay. Horse.
That's one.
Not yet.
Yeah.
13 if I can read my handwriting. I gotta be better about that one day. It's a shame. Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. I guess Knucklehead.
Sick.
Your turn. Yeah.
Hands where I can see them. Got it.
Sullivan.
All right. Cool.
I wanted that.
Count on that.
You bet.
Do.
25 to 13. Huh?
For God's sake.
Draw a good one. Are there good ones in there besides Counterspell?
This is so pathetic. Go.
Okay, not the best.
I'm discovering the underground temple. I like to roleplay when I play these decks. Oh my god. Oh.
My deck contains 1 good card. That it?
Oh,
That's
is
it.
it. That is
Great.
it.
Great. 1 good card in my deck. I draw a lot. Armageddon, take it down. Take it down.
So my hand had 2 wraths in it.
Yeah.
So I could have popped off the runes
Yep.
to wrath you last turn.
Yep.
But then I wouldn't be able to cast the other wrath in my hand.
True.
And because I would no longer have double white. And everything in my hand was like 4 mana, so I was like, I can't really
Can't throw that away.
sack the land. Also, I'm probably toast even if you just get at me after I wrath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my hand is nowhere near castable.
Yeah.
So, you know, I tried to fade it for one turn, but wasn't meant to be.
Game 3 done. I'm up 2-1. Game 4 coming up in just a second. Game number 4. Patrick on the play starts right now.
Sylvanite Temple.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's
your
fun.
turn.
Go. Wizard school.
Go to school.
Yeah, let's go to school.
Let's go to school. Elf, your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. We'll have with this one in case you have the second strip mine. You're getting the wizard school. You're not getting planes.
That's smart. Every angle. Stone.
Yeah.
It has finally arrived.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn. I'm gonna put it in the graveyard. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll disenchant it.
It's a good choice.
Okay, go.
Not terrible. Earn him.
Oh yeah.
Earn him.
Yeah.
Go.
Ooh. Oh, people with Hallowed Ground.
Oh yeah. Let's go move these around. There we go.
Go. No blocks.
All right, all right. Cooking. 15 for the bad guy. No, tap like a smart human. Jeez. This.
Mm-hmm.
Cool dog.
I'm gonna take you to school.
Okay. Okay.
Blue.
Yeah. Your turn. Been schooled.
You've been schooled.
Yeah. Nerd gets schooled.
Look, if this was a plains, it would have been worse this game.
That is true.
Keep them coming.
Okay.
Go.
Ten.
10.
Nudge. All right.
Nope. 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 Go.
Just kidding.
Takes it back.
Forget it.
Go.
Okay. Ooh, I like takes.
Forget it.
I like takes back.
Takes it back.
No time. Well, 5 ball.
5.
Right.
Takes it back. 5.
Move on. Go. You gotta show me something. Arrowed. Dead. Go.
1. Mm-hmm. Defeated. Still good.
Reprint it, I dare you.
Bring it back.
I'll quit every job I have that I don't have to get back in the
never
ring.
gets old.
Yeah, to get back in the ring.
It's really funny every time.
Yeah. See, you can't do anything?
3-1.
Do you see?
Playing for pride.
Yes! Yes! I finally won one!
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
In your element. In your element.
When I was young, playing in the JSS,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite deck during that time was Blastagathering.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite deck. Green-white, Blastoderm Armageddon, which people make fun of because Blastoderm didn't kill you.
It's
in
not
time,
lethal.
but
It's not lethal.
but the point is that they can't kill it, and you get other lands, and then you just figure out how to cobble together the last 5.
Right, it's like the Draco explosion combo.
Yeah, so you're 4. You're 4.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, that's effectively 0.
Right.
Right? So yeah, that deck played like Noble Panther, Birds and Elves, Brushlands, Blastoderm, Some other green-white knuckleheads. I really can't remember anymore. Like Invasion Block?
Is Invasion Block. Did you have Landward Knight?
No, Kavu Titan. Had that.
Did you have Invasion Planeshift Apocalypse? What other green-white monsters were there? Did you have Phantom Nishoba?
That's a little too big.
Yeah,
that's
too much tonnage. Yeah.
What would there be? There was like 2 drops. I feel like maybe like Riverboat. Maybe Riverboat wasn't legal. I can't imagine what it was. Like Birds, Elves, Noble Panther. Was there a gating one?
The gating creature in green white I remember being really bad.
Yeah.
The common.
Yeah. Okay. So
it was like a 6-mana 3/3 or something.
Okay. Yeah. Not that. Not that.
Yeah.
Noble Panther. Some other 3-drop. Kavu Titan. Blastoderm Armageddon. Maybe Parallax Wave, but I doubt it. That doesn't seem right. I have to go look it up. Anyway, we're reminiscing, which I guess is what this show is all about. Game number 5, Pride on the Line.
Pride on the Line.
Right after this. Game 5, Pride on the Line. Patrick's on the play. Do it. Do it.
Go ahead.
Boop. 19. Go.
I'll beat you up.
I'm gonna block. Alright, I'm at
You
17.
gonna block?
17.
I play this better than I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so stone. This go. You can see why they don't make these anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Busted.
They're very good.
And you took a point or no? No. You felt. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
Busted.
Busted. Go.
My guy's got no blues.
Yeah.
Got some whites though. Yeah. Smush.
Okay. No blocks.
That's gonna put you to 17. You're up.
End of turn.
Dislike. There it is. That's,
There it is.
For whatever reason, like I'm not like slow rolling again or anything. I just like that gameplay. Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. I think that this is a little bit too extreme.
Okay.
Of like, if I don't have it, I'm a huge dog, and if I do have it, you're just in a ton of trouble.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that there's a central card that orients the early game.
Okay.
Because there also is this risk reward stuff, right? Like, let's say I have 3 lands in my hand and I can plow a creature or not with the Wrath in my hand.
Yep.
There's like, it's not like there's no decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like. We grew up on turn 4 Wrath.
Right.
Basically, and we've played aggro decks for most of our career, so there was always the, do I play into it, do I not play into it? Some people were like very obvious when they had it. I always just kind of liked it. Yeah, being on both sides of it too, because like I played Solar Flare Wrath decks a lot too. It was always weirdly enjoyable to me. I'm taking 1. Your turn. So I'm at 16, you were 17. Because also, if I just don't play anything, you might just go land go.
Right.
And you may have Wrath, you may not have Wrath, but my clock isn't that fast. Arrows is really good, jeez. Okay.
Go.
Deuce. Thanks. 15. You. I'll take 1. At 15 as well. Arrowed. This is fine. This is fine.
I take a point.
Okay. You're at 14.
Go ahead.
So let's start.
You're not gonna get him, are you?
You don't know me. I've already won the match.
Really? You're that far ahead, huh?
11, 7,
Just make fun of me.
3, dead. It's probably not the best thing to do. Alright, disenchant this.
No wonder you commented on the Pro Tour. You just guys see it all.
That's right.
I'm gonna plow it.
Oh yeah, you get the life. Look at it, the huge brain. 18.
Big brain.
Yep.
There's a big brain on this one.
Your turn. Did that have any way to draw cards? Just the tome?
There's one tome. There's a land tax if you count that.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure that's
like no Sphinx's Rev or anything even close to that.
No.
Thank goodness.
You.
All right, upkeep.
Brush land.
Big draw. Go. I can't imagine it's usually I'm in good shape. My draw's pretty good. I can't really complain about that. Drew a lot of creatures.
Yep. Upkeep. Planes. If you kind of cast that Abbey Gargoyle, it's gonna cost you. Yes. You getting me?
Kaboom.
Alright, I'll know you.
Dude, nice. All right. Those are down. Go. Here we go. Ooh. All right, Icy's on. Your turn. All right, you win. Cool. Cool, yeah, it's over.
Oh, I see you're playing.
It's back.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. We're back in it. Yep.
Good. Brush line.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Big draw. You're up. Yep. Ooh.
Ooh.
Tax. Tax evasion.
Brush line.
It's like I didn't do it. Go. This. Oh yeah. Now he's cooking.
Now we're.
DeVito's moving now, buddy.
Yeah.
Those chicken cutlets are going everywhere.
Hey.
Hey.
Go. Brush land.
Down.
I'm gonna play it.
We don't even know what else gonna do. Go. All right, it's dead. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
Yeah. All right. All right. 2 more. Yeah. Ooh, tough guy. Yeah. I feel like
that is 11 mana.
I feel like I won that exchange.
That is 11 mana worth of creatures you would not play and draft. Go. Rush line. Oh, this is dead. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. It dies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Deuce. Earn him. And Fellwarstone in the bin.
Go. Brush land.
I'm leaving it tapped. Nudge.
Phil.
Uh-huh. Abby G and Brushy.
All your sideboard cards.
Yep, they're all in the graveyard.
Sideboard.
I'm trying my sideboard cards. It's not fair. Yep.
Go.
Nudge. That's actually good. Tough.
Game
I
1.
wonder if you have any good cards in your hand.
I actually kind of don't.
You're at night, Steve. The old hope I get luckier.
Go.
Yep.
Brush line.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Whoop. Go.
Game 1.
20. 20 to 15. No sheet.
Go.
Upkeep Bruce.
Yep.
Actually, yep, never mind. Ah, good draw. Go.
Gotta say, it doesn't even matter if the cards are good or not. It's just so satisfying to look at.
Millstone's an awesome win condition.
Yeah, game 2.
Yeah. 18.
Admiring my handiwork.
22.
Goop.
Yeah, what do you think about that, huh? Yeah, weird. Okay. Upkeep. It's free. Let it loose. And I will. I will let it loose. Take 114. I'm gonna put that in the graveyard in a second.
No, that's it.
Oh, I didn't care. Yeah,
You
draw.
see?
Yeah, that you do.
So,
Do you see?
how are you gonna Sullivan?
Yeah. Your turn.
Oh, okay.
Attack your library strategy.
Yeah. Game 2.
Yes. 24.
Go.
Oh, I will go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah, I will, Sylvan. Yeah, that's right. That looks nice. Okay, go.
Abbey Gargoyle, Autumn Willow, and
Go
Whirling Dervish.
and put those back. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh, because I mill you. That's sick.
Mm-hmm. What?
I get it now. I clean off your top 40.
Oh yeah, you help.
Yeah.
You help.
It's like,
It's like Bring a Storm Fetch Land, but different.
right.
It's really nice. Yeah, didn't have that until the Sylvan. Feeling pretty good about things now. You know, a little elf. A little elf on the shelf.
Yep.
Ow. Bear.
Yeah.
13. 1324, your turn. Cleared them.
I gain 3.
Okay. 27. Anyone's game. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned up here for our viewers at home. There we go. All right, here it comes. Sylvan, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 4. 11.
Okay.
Excuse me. 9. 9 to 27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
24.
Mm-hmm.
Student count here.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stop the beats.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
Okay. I gain 3.
Bang! Now it's time to battle.
We got a lot to do over here. How many cards?
Not a ton, but.
All right.
What's the number?
7.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna take a point and counterspell.
Okay. So you got a 23. There's more where that came from there,
Oh
pal.
my god.
Yeah, that's right. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. The comeback's starting now.
Okay. I
What you gain?
2.
25. 25 to 9. I didn't need him anyway.
Yeah. Wasted my time.
Yep.
Go.
Sylvan. 2, 3. I gotta take one of them. That's the rules. So it's tough. Is this actually? Yeah. Okay. I think I want that one. Oh my god. Hello.
Okay.
Hello and good luck.
Gain 2.
27. Okay, that's fine. Put it in the graveyard with the rest of these cards. That's fine. Okay. I was sure. 7.
Go.
Oh, Sylvan B. Daddy. Okay. I want this one.
Just taking 1.
Just one.
Just 1.
Just one.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I gain 2.
You're at 29. I do think we have reached the physically unable to kill you zone. But this Icy.
Go.
Yeah, that's fine. You get you gain life for 33. Okay. It's time. Yeah, that's the nuts. Floated green and others.
Yep. Okay.
It's your turn.
Game 2.
35, is it? Yep, I know.
You ruined it for me.
What's that?
Just drew it.
It's all about miners.
Go.
Alright, you win. Good game. Good game.
Ugh. Got a little bit back, but not enough.
Good game. Good game.
Beautiful match. It's
Not
a beautiful game. It's a beautiful
You know,
game.
it can be. It really can be. This is honest green-white. Could use maybe another copy of Sylvan Library. But, you know, Armageddon really good.
Yeah.
Still good.
Completely berserk to me that this deck does not play Fellwarstone. It's like, you need more mana.
Yep.
And you have just enough disenchant targets in your deck to make disenchant good against you. So you might as well up it.
Yep.
And Armageddon is just a very popular card in the tournament.
Yep.
I really was feeling the lack of Fellwarstone.
Sure. But at least you had that card that was good against Armageddon. What was that enchantment?
Hallowed Ground?
Hallowed Ground.
I feel like Hallowed Ground is worse against Armageddon than Fellwarstone. And also worse against everything else.
Tough to argue.
But so it goes.
Tough to argue. I win 3-2. Recap of this tournament and our gameplay right after this. All right, everybody, we are back for the wrap-up of the show. I'm on the board. Feels pretty good. Patrick beat me 4-1 in the 1994 World Championships. He beat me 3-2 in the 1995 World Championships, and now the tables, well, they're a-turning after that 3-2 victory. Big shout out to Armageddon carrying a ton of weight.
I'm a really big believer in the expression, a poor craftsman blames his tools.
Okay.
But the amount of time I struggled to cast my spells in the 2-color deck,
Well, not great.
couldn't find room for Fellwarstone in there. Not enough counter spells, I'd say. 'Cause
Don't forget-
Armageddon just kept resolving.
Don't forget about that wizard school.
The Wizard School was sick, at least. I did use it one game.
Yeah.
That's at least something. But congratulations to you. Good set of matches. And Erhnamgeddon pulling off the upset against Blue-White Control.
Yeah, so in the Pro Tour, obviously the Kanto won with Blue-White Control. I was able to defeat Patrick here, but you could see, again, I know there are some younger people that watch the show. We got a wide range of an audience here. So some folks might think of Armageddon, they might think of it in Vintage Cube.
Right.
And be like, hey, it's like good sometimes. Maybe sometimes it's not so good. Armageddon is not okay.
Back in the day, compared to Vintage Cube, right? Vintage Cube is, first of all, there's just a ton of powerful stuff going on.
Yes.
Second, it's just not trivial to get ahead on someone.
Yeah.
Because the threats and answers are a little bit more balanced. And then third, Vintage Cube's just got a ton of artifact mana and creature mana.
Yeah.
People can operate often with very little mana, and you can get at them and they have 3 mana left over.
They might not even care.
Yeah, they might not even care.
Yeah.
Very different at this point in time.
Yes.
And the games bore that out.
Yeah. Very important card for this guy over here to counter, and you can't counter. You can't have the counter spell.
I
every
don't
time.
have that many counter spells,
Yeah.
and even if I did, I couldn't cast them.
Yeah, you can't counter it every time.
Yeah.
So Erhnamgeddon, take it down. Most played deck in the tournament, and I was thankfully victorious with it. So there's a little recap. We hope you enjoyed that match. And we're going to tell you about how you can watch another match from this Pro Tour in just a second. But first, we have to do our shilling. First things first, if you'd like to follow the channel, you can do so. YouTube.com/Resleevables is almost assuredly where you're watching this. You can give us a, let's see, it's a like, it's a subscribe, it's a follow, ring the bell, all those things those people on the internet say. Most recently, you can find Patrick and I covering the set 5th edition in our normal style of the Resleevables. That one's out and available now. You can also, of course, on our YouTube page, find snippets of the Unsleeved podcast, where we kind of give you a little taste of a fun moment from our podcast that we release every single week over on our Patreon, which we'll get to in a second. You can also watch our Crack-a-Pack videos for each set that we do on the Resleevables. We also do a Crack-a-Pack where we buy 2 packs of a set, like for 5th edition, and we crack one of them and do a little trip down memory lane, and then we give one away to a patron that is of the $10 or $25 tier. So let's talk about Patreon real quick. On Patreon, we have a $3 tier, $5, $10, and $25 tier. They get you different things. But most importantly, you will get access to early releases of both the Resleevables and the Resleevables Tournament Edition. Super cool. You'll get complete access, to the Unsleeved podcast because it's a Patreon exclusive podcast. And you'll also get access to early releases of the Crack-a-Pack videos and the ability to win one.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're a $10 or $25 Jackal Pup, you go into the, we want to call it a raffle.
Yeah, a drawing.
Yeah, it's better.
And what's nice about this is we're on an era right now where the floor is 1 pack is given out. But sometimes because of these ancillary products, we end up buying starter decks where there's a booster inside.
Yeah.
Some of our recent giveaways have involved multiple boosters, including 6th edition coming down the pipeline. And then after that, we start getting into some of the heavy hitters of Wrath Cycle and Urza Block.
I don't know how much this pack costs. This Urza Saga pack, which has This is Phyrexian Processor, I think.
Colossus.
That's Colossus. Yeah, you're right. Bet you it wasn't cheap. I'll say that. We got Urza's Legacy and Urza's Destiny here. The croc on this one.
Right.
Banger. Looking forward to all these. I'm going to pass those over to you. So that's everything for Patreon. So go ahead and check that out over at patreon.com/Resleevables. You can, of course, follow us on Twitter/X if you use that social media platform at the Resleevables. We post updates on what we're doing, fun stuff. You know, when we bought this cool Duelist magazine, we posted those up there, all that jazz. And as always, got to shout out our sponsor, Tales of Adventure.
Eternal lives here, meaning there.
That's right.
Which is here.
Yeah. It's not confusing.
Not at all.
I don't think.
And I'm not kidding when I say I'm one of their top customers.
The promo code Resleevables to get you 8% off, probably most used.
They might, if it gets shut down, it's because of me.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
And big shout out to the point about making sure you're following TOA Michael on Twitter.
Yeah.
I purchased a complete set of Legends off of him about a month ago that I'm picking up at the Denver RC tomorrow.
Nice. Okay.
So again, I'm not just blowing smoke here. I am a Tales of Adventure fan. I've known Michael for, I think he actually might have been one of my JSS kids.
Yeah.
Way back in the day to, tie the knot on this whole thing.
We're getting some pictures of that.
And
on Twitter.
I can't recommend Michael and his staff enough for any of your Magic needs.
So what's coming up next? Well, on the Resleevables Traditional Edition, that'll be Portal. We're going to have some fun with that set. Expect a low score. That's all I'm going to tell you. Resleevables Tournament Edition will be going to Pro Tour Los Angeles in 1996. But here's a fun thing about that episode and all of our Resleevable Tournament Edition episodes moving forward. Starting with Pro Tour Los Angeles, if you are a Jackal Pup, which means you're a patron of the $5, $10, or $25 tier, you can help us select the second match that we are going to play. So, in this episode of Resleevables Tournament Edition, you just watched me, Erhnamgeddon, defeat Patrick, Blue-White Control. However, it's a top 8. There's so many more matches to play. So we let you pick the second match that we play, and it is exclusive on Patreon. So, as we exit this episode, normally we do some B-roll of us screwing up something, and we run down our patrons down the side and some credits and stuff. This time around, you're going to get a little sample of the second match that we played. Mono Black.
Necro.
Yeah. Jund. Oh, yeah.
The master, George Baxter.
Oh, yeah. So do enjoy that on our way out the door. Patrick Sullivan, Cedric Phillips, Resleevables Tournament Edition Pro Tour New York is all done. Thanks for watching.
Game number 4 starts now. Go. No. Okay.
Correct. Was actually good last game.
Yeah, not bad. Oh, this is... I did not have that card. I started it.
Sir.
That's gotta be good. 3 floating. Go.
Go. 19. Bonk. I get 16.
I took 1 from the rack, so 18. And yeah, you can rack attack all day long. So,
Oh, the tubes.
yeah, get in.
Really could not find room for the Wild Constitution.
17. You really want this.